Yep.
Well, welcome back, Jackson. We're bringing it back.
Excited to be back for
Do,
sure.
do I have you down for every pay-per-view event now, or
Yeah, yeah.
is
As
this
long
just an
as
appearance?
we'll play by ear, but I definitely think I'd like to come back and start doing these more frequently.
That'd be awesome.
I think
Um,
so.
this card, this UFC 328 card, is freaking stacked too. Um, I was looking at it today, trying to come up with my picks and my ideas, and
Hmm.
I'm excited. Especially, I mean, we got the prelim down here, as you pointed out, Jim Miller and Jared Gordon. So
Yeah, kind of like a randomly good fight stuck in the prelims, and in the early prelims is Roman Kopylov as well. And like, there's some kind of odd picks for the early fights, but all the Paramount deal changed everything with it being on like a public streaming platform that like a lot of people already had, so they have to put decent fights throughout, so that and not everybody's just buying the pay per view to watch the last five fights or streaming it.
right. Who do you have winning this one? The Battle of the Ancients, as you say,
I
because
think
normally you say Father Time is unbeaten, right? Isn't that what
Father
you
Time is undefeated. Yeah, man, that's
undefeated?
right.
But right here we've got two Father Times.
Yeah, for sure. I think Jim Miller's storied guy. He fought at UFC 100, UFC 200, UFC 300. So I think that's really fun, and you can't not root for a guy like Jim Miller. But Jared Gordon also been in the UFC a long time. I think he has 30 fights on his record himself, and you know it's uh, it's two guys that know the game and are going to go out there and have a good scrap, and you just hope that the better fighter wins, and there's not some random bullshit.
Yeah, I don't see that being a bad fight. They're they're both entertaining to watch. Jared Gordon is like usually kind of an underdog. You don't ever expect a good fight out of, but you definitely get him.
Yeah,
And Jim Miller is a legend. It's so hard not to root for Jim Miller, so I'm gonna pick him just
yeah.
because of the legendary background and stuff to him.
I
But
think the I think the kind of the way that I was speaking to, I didn't end up making a pick, but Jim Miller is also my pick as well. Love the guy. I've seen him talk in interviews and stuff. He's funny. He's smart. His MMA mind is super good, and obviously you
mhm.
have to have a good fighting mind and a good fight IQ to make it this far and be in the UFC for 30 years.
Just another day in the office. It's like showing up to the gym at that point. It's not
Yeah,
it's gotta be, like, nothing exciting. Or not nothing exciting, but you it's just gotta be, like, just nothing, like, not a big deal anymore. Just going
yeah,
out there, no heart rate raised, nothing. It's just
yeah. Like showing up to shift.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and then here it was showing this was, like, the main event on one of them, but
Oh, really?
yeah, or, like, what was it, like, the prelim event or main event?
Right. The
But
featured prelim, yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's the way to put it. See, we're rusty.
Yeah.
It's been too long. King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. These matchups, this is what I'm most excited about because I sat here for a while today looking at all these matchups, and I went back and forth all day.
Yeah.
And King Green and Jeremy Stevens, I mean, like, they're both, like, the same dude almost, as far as, like, career-wise, they've just been around forever. They're You never know out of either of them if you're gonna get, like, the finishing king
Yeah.
or if you're gonna get the guy that's just, holding on for dear life the whole fight.
100%.
But
100%.
this one, will probably stay standing up, which will be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, especially because in one of his last two losses, Jeremy Steven was submitted in the PFL. His last fight before coming to the UFC, he was submitted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by Nathan Schulte.
Do you think King Green could submit him?
I think Bobby the King Green is a legend of the game and can do whatever he wants to if he decides he
No.
wants to. But I think he could easily submit him. He has 9 submission wins and 12 knockout wins, so he's, a pretty well-rounded, like, there's not, like, one he's not like, "Oh, he's only submitting guys or he's only knocking out guys." It's really across the board. He also has 13 decision wins. So he's somebody that can win the game, win the fight anywhere, whether it's standing, on the ground, or on the judges' scorecards.
And dude, when Jeremy Stevens has been working a lot of stand up, like he's done the boxing and did he do a bare knuckle?
Yeah, I think he did do bare knuckle, a couple times. Uh, I'm trying on the wiki page with all his fights that I'm looking at. It just shows MMA fights, but I'm almost certain he fought BFC. Oh, he did. Yep, he fought versus Bobby Taylor, and he fought versus Mike Perry.
Mike Perry, that's the one. That's the one. So tough as nails. And I think he boxed Aldo, and his hands looked really good in that fight. And
Yes.
him standing up with Bobby Green, I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go controversial here, and I feel like it's controversial to pick Jeremy Stevens, but I lean towards him, dude.
Okay. And I'm gonna divulge from you for the the first time on the card, and let's see how that goes the rest of the evening. But I'm gonna take King Green, just based off of recency, right? Last two fights, King Green won. Last two fights, Stevens lost. Also, this is only his second fight since coming back to the UFC, and he hasn't fought since the May 3rd of last year.
How do you see him winning?
I think this is just going to be a decision one. I don't think I see either guy absolutely landing a haymaker or jumping a guillotine or getting even a rear naked choke. I think this goes to decision. I think you probably see like one moment in this fight that really puts someone in the bad spot
Hmm.
and makes them the definitive loser. But I could see this being first round is contested and then the second round maybe that's when the switch turns.
I can see. So what I'm seeing here in my prediction, if I was gonna put my money on it, is I think Stevens is gonna come straight down the pipe and come forward. King Green likes to kind of counter and move, and so I think that's automatically gonna put him on the back foot. I could see him landing some really good shots, probably some um, more of like the aesthetically good looking shots. But I feel like if you count the punches, I just have a feeling that Jeremy Stevens is gonna land a little bit more. But that's my take on it. So we'll
And
see.
yeah, I'm excited to see who's right.
Yeah, dude, I know back in the game for
Yeah,
us and for the people watching, I want to hear them comment below where we're screwing up and how dumb we are.
absolutely. Yeah.
This one right here, man. This was one of the ones I went back and forth on the most is Joaquin Butley and Sean Brady. Because it's like on one hand, Sean Brady is so damn good. And but on the other hand, Joaquin Buckley is just like so freaking athletic. You just feel like you could pull it off on anyone, right? Like so
Absolutely.
what's your take? What's
I think when we look at records, right, Sean Brady only has ever lost two times. Last time he lost TKO to Michael Morales, and before that he lost to a TKO to Bilal Mulholland.
Mhm.
But uh, out of his last four fights, he has two performance of the nights, both being submission victories. He's never been submitted. He's never lost a decision. He's only ever lost by two TKOs. So I think that this is going to be a test to and he's fought really good opponents. I mean, the last
Mhm.
five of his opponents have all been champions, right? He fought Bilal, then Calvin Gastelum, then Gilbert Burns, then Leon Edwards. So Sean Brady's really just a stellar performer in the ring and the octagon, and is excited to watch him fight again. He hasn't fought since November, so this will be his first fight in 2026. Definitely could see a big jump in improvement here, especially because he's coming off a loss. The last time he came off a loss, he won the next three in a row, and he won with
Mm.
a submission in the middle of the third round. So I think that we might be able to see something like that again here. It was a Kimura that he last won with after coming off a loss. So maybe he's looking to attack the arm, which you don't see a lot of guys do specifically, but it's always fun to see a submission that isn't a rear naked choke or a guillotine in the
Yeah.
UFC. So would like to see a shoulder or joint lock. Joaquin Buckley he lost his last fight to Kamaru Usman in a really contested decision, or unanimous decision. But that was an awesome fight. I mean, Usman was just the better fighter that night. Um, but his last six fights before that, he won them all. He won four of the last six by a finish, TKO, KO, TKO, and a TKO. He doesn't have any submission wins or losses, so that's definitely probably the part of the game to watch and see if Sean Brady's skill in the grappling department can best Joaquin Buckley's striking.
I know, and you said the TKO thing, and that's the only thing I worry about with Sean Brady is just getting caught, right?
Yep.
Caught coming in. Buckley looks so damn strong. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
freaking that Usman fight was great, and I didn't expect Buckley to go that far with Usman, you know? And that showed me that he's athletic enough and strong enough and skilled enough to be in there. And but Brady is like the same, man. He's fought some of the best. I think he deserves to be up there with the best, and you can never count him out. This is one that can like to me, I think Buckley could catch him, but I think Sean Brady can run the fight if he's
Yeah, I
smart.
100%. This is going to be a pace setting fight, right? If Joaquin Buckley comes out and is putting on a striking masterclass, it's going to be hard for Sean Brady to keep up. But if Brady can defend, maybe get a shot, or fight for back control or something, then you might see Sean Brady get that win. Uh,
Do you think
but
he's
here's the
got
pick part, right? One of us, we have to pick who we think is going to take it.
did I go last? I went first last.
Yeah, you went first last time. So I think I'm going to go with, just based on, again, recency bias and how well he fought. I am going to take Joaquin Buckley in this fight.
Damn.
Although although Sean Brady has, only two losses, I think you're going to see Joaquin Buckley get his 22nd win against Sean Brady. I could see it being Sean Brady's first decision loss, which I think would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, with how Buckley did against Usman, even in the grappling, like
Yeah.
I mean, this is tough. I'm like as we're talking about, I've changed my mind like several times, but I'm gonna take Sean Brady. I'm gonna keep my faith in him for now, but I will say Buckley seems like to me he's got that momentum. I could see him becoming something big. You know what I mean? I think his time will
Absolutely.
come. He's got good momentum, and he's definitely got what it takes. This is a 50-50 for me, and in the moment, I'm Sean Brady.
Oh,
So we're gonna definitely see. We're gonna have some tiebreakers for sure so far.
oh, for sure.
All right, Alexander Volkov and Waldo Cortez Acosta.
Yes.
Um, a 17-2 record, man, and that guy looks good. You know what I mean? He's no slouch. Um, hold on one second.
You're good.
Sorry about that. So he's no slouch, man, and oh, it's not giving me his background. I was hoping that it would give me his fighting background, but you got it pulled up. What are some of the opponents both of them have faced?
So in Waldo's last three fights, he won them all by KO or TKO.
Mhm.
His last fight was against Derek Lewis. Before that was Shamil Gatsiev and then
That's who it
Ante
was.
Dalia. But he did, before that, lose a unanimous decision to Sergey Pavlovich, who is kind of one of the front runners for leading the heavyweight division. And then you have Volkov, who's split his last two fights, both split decisions. His last fight, he had a split decision win, and the fight prior to that was a split decision loss. So again, you can always score that one way or the other, and the judges decided against him, or two of the three judges decided against him in that one. The last one was the win that he had in his position was against Jailton Almeida, and the loss was against Cyril Gahn,
Mhm.
who's obviously has made himself kind of a household name in the sport and been somebody that's a superstar. But this could be one of those ones where experience, even if Father Time is in Valdo's corner, I think this is one of those times where you see somebody with experience being able to beat someone who's pretty fresh to the sport,
Right.
newer to the game. Um, he's only been in the UFC for 4 years versus Volkov's first time he fought in the UFC was in 2016, so he's going on his 10th year. But he's been fighting professionally since 2009. Rivaldo's only been fighting professionally since 2018. He did box in 2017, but boxing doesn't always translate to MMA. He also, I noticed in his background, it said that Valdo actually came to the U.S. As a baseball player, and then picked up fighting, and then just stuck with that. So, um,
I
I don't know
love
if
hearing
you
those stories.
yeah, I think that's interesting, and it's always neat to see. All these guys are athletes. They grew up playing sports, whether it was football, baseball, basketball, but they all have their stories. Um, so to me, this is going to be a test of a veteran versus a newer contender. And see what happens here, right?
Yeah, I'm going Valdo.
Yeah,
He his he just looks like he's got the juice to me. I like the test of going against like a vet in the sport, but dude, just sometimes these guys like him get that momentum, and when you're stopping everybody with dropping them,
yeah,
I gotta lean towards him.
100%. Um, he's only ever lost twice, and both were decisions.
Mhm.
Um, he lost his first decision loss against Marcos Rogerio de Lima, and then his second decision loss was against Sergey Pavlovich. So, um, maybe he just has like a Russian deficiency, and that's where Volkov could beat him.
Yeah,
But I don't know
take him
about
to the
that.
deep water, but I mean it's
Yeah,
only 3 rounds, right?
right, yeah, it's a 3-round fight. So who's to say what happens? But recency bias does favor Valdo Acosta, and I also favor him. I think he's a fun fighter to watch. He does have a shorter reach than Volkov. I'm seeing that on your screen there.
Mhm.
So that's always something to watch. But they're both massive guys, and
Yeah,
those measurements are not always accurate. So you can't really say anything about that. But it's so funny. You look at the age difference, and Volkov has 30
so
more fights than him,
I know, right?
but only 3 years difference.
You would look at Valdo and initially think he might be 24 coming
Yeah,
in, you know what I mean? And you
right,
see
right.
34 and you're like, "This is kind of like his run."
The heavyweight division is like so like top heavy on the age bracket. It's crazy. And you look at the rest of the divisions, and it's like once you're hitting 30 is like where you're kind of near like the end of your prime, like 28, 29.
Mhm.
And then you're the decline, but the heavyweights once they hit 30, that's their peak, and they can only go up from there.
Look at Pereira, dude. He's freaking jacked for his next fight. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So next, this one is very interesting to me, and I'll tell you why. Joshua Van. Am I pronouncing these right?
Yeah.
Okay, the
That
way I
one's
saw
pretty
you look.
easy.
But
I was
the
looking at my notes, my wiki list to make sure I had everything pulled up right.
oh, okay. The I thought you were looking at me like this mother.
No, 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 no.
So Joshua Van, man, love the guy. I think he's super fun to watch, and I fucking love how he took over the division. I just every fight has think he's gonna lose. I don't know what because I'm like he just got good hands. Someone's gonna
Yeah.
take him down. Like I thought Pantoja was gonna be the end of that. Like enjoy your run, buddy. And I know it was like kind of a crazy fluke thing, and I'm surprised they're not running it back. Or, well, I guess they can't hold up the belt for the injury, but um, it's just like I've always counted him out. I'm like, there's no way this guy who just got boxing and stands like a street fighter is gonna beat like one of the I think one of the sleeper best. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
in Pantoja, but he somehow gets it done. It's just weird. It's like I don't know if his hands are just so good down the pipe. I haven't quite figured out why he hasn't been figured out yet, but I love it, you know? A and then this guy, I'm not even gonna attempt it because I you know how horrible I am at names, but seems like a beast, and you would think that he's coming in with the right game plan, with how confident and how excited that guy is. Um I feel like these flyweights are starting to come out of nowhere. I feel like it was the same few guys holding it down for a while. So now that we're getting these guys who, I mean, he's got an 18-1 record, so he's fought a lot. But it's like, are they pulling these people from other leagues and stuff or what?
So Tyra first started fighting professionally in Tokyo in 2018, and his first ever win was a triangle in Shudo, which is an MMA league, but it has its own rules, and I think Shudo isn't exactly MMA. It's it is a mixed martial art, but it's not like true MMA. Where Van started in an MMA league, and
Mhm.
that's where he's kind of only ever really tested himself. He's only ever lost twice, where Tatsuya Tara's only ever lost once, and both of these guys only so Tyra's only lost by decision, while both Van's losses have been finishes. He was submitted and KO'd, where Tyra has split wins across the board, 6 knockouts, 8 submissions, 4 decisions, and only 1 loss, which was by a decision against Brandon Royval, and it was a split decision. So that easily could have went his way too, um, depending on who you asked.
Mhm.
Um, when I look at Tyra's win history and how he's winning, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
TKO by punch, submission by face crank, TKO to a knee injury, TKO to punches, submission triangle armbar, submission armbar, submission rear naked choke, submission triangle choke, submission guillotine choke. So he's, uh, a submission artist, but he also has plenty of TKOs and knockouts. I'm sure that you definitely don't want to end up in his mount because he's either going to finish you with punches or finish you with some sort of neck attack and ending you between his legs. So I definitely don't want
Pause.
to end up. Yeah, definitely don't want to end up between Tatsuro Taira's legs, but Joshua Van as well, like you said, just that boxer street fighter style almost, coming in, the kind of that Rod Tang like chin up and like ready to go. I'm
Yeah,
not really
dude.
tucking, he's out here
But
and
smooth, like
super smooth. He does have 2 submission wins as well. He actually has a submission win to a calf slicer and a
what?
submission win to a rear naked choke. Yeah.
How did I not know this?
He had a calf slicer in Fury. Um,
Okay.
only 4 years ago though. Like he's pretty new to the game. He's
No,
only been
he
fighting
climbs so fast.
super fast. Like he was like immediately just somebody that the UFC wanted to back. And even though he's not winning by knockouts, he's winning by decisions mostly. He only has 2, technically 1 TKO in the UFC because Pantoja's arm broke, which they do call TKO. A victory is a victory. I'm not going to take it from him.
Mhm.
But you know, we only saw 26 seconds of that fight.
Who he fights a lot. I wanna know,
Yeah,
like, how often he fights. Is it, like, every few months he's, like, fighting?
right. So
It's almost
in
like he's never out
2020,
of camp.
yeah, in 2025, he fought March, June, and then later that month. So he fought twice in June last year,
Yeah,
but then he
dude.
did take 6 months off and fought in December. And now he's taken another 6 months off to fight in May. But obviously he has the belt now, so it's harder to find an opponent when you have the belt, especially when you look young, hungry, and aggressive, right?
And
Um,
he just seems like he's always ready to go. He I love the mentality, and this is, like, my type of fighter. Like, ready at all times, will take on whoever, and goes for finishes. Doesn't try to point out. He's trying to win, trying to not,
yeah,
like, get the finish. My only worry is he's like another one where I haven't really seen anyone test his ground game, like a really good ground grappler go after it with him. But look at this. He's going 5'6" against 5'4". So, and then the reach 65 inches and 70 inches. So he's going to have to work his way in and also punch up.
right.
So you're going to have to reach up while you're hitting in order to reach the target. Um, and I think that's a big advantage for, what's his name? I'm sorry. Tsuru?
Tyra,
Tyra? Let's say Tyra. That's a huge advantage for Tyra. And if this guy's game plan is to maybe close the distance and get grappling in, he's in an even better spot because if he's going straight down the pipe and keeping Josh on the outside with straights and jabs, and Josh steps in and he's closing the distance for him and goes for ground or grappling. I don't know. I'm just saying if that's like a way to solve the puzzle, that all kind of fits if that's his game plan. And I feel it gives him a huge advantage. It really tests Josh, you know? Um, this one, like I said, none of these have been easy for me on this card. I think this is a really good card with really good matchups. Is it my turn
yeah,
to pick first or you?
yeah. I mean, this is your turn to pick first and picking our first belt of the night.
Oh, yeah.
So who do you think is this and still or and new?
I think it's and still. I think he's going to figure it out. He's a dog.
Yeah, I love Josh Van. I love watching him fight, and he's exciting. He may not always get the finish, but I like the way he fights. I'm also picking Josh Van. But like you said, I mean, these fights are up and down this card are very evenly matched, very much
Mhm.
a fan's fight card where at the end of it, you really just want whoever was honestly the better fighter to come out and win that. You don't want to see number one bullshit or anything, you know.
Yeah,
You don't want to see somebody breaking their arm in 26 seconds again, and seeing, you know, if
yeah.
that's what ends the fight. You want to see somebody win a dominant performance or catch someone clean and spin their neck off their head. You know what I mean?
I can't believe Pantoja was 6 months ago.
Yep.
It felt
That
like
was
way more
December.
recent. Now,
That was December.
this fight, there's a lot to uncover here. Um, I'll let you lead.
So Hamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland, two just menaces in very different ways, right?
Right.
Chimaev's a menace inside the octagon and just somebody that's annoying and a blanket, but just somebody that's hard to fight back against because they're so such a
Dominant.
so dominant, right? Dominant in the counter, dominant in the aggression, dominant in the atmosphere when they walk into the cage and how the fans respond to them in the building, right? And they're going into it, and I noticed on there the venue, this fight's happening in the Prudential Center, New Jersey. That's a big exciting building. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun to see that main event. And then we look at Sean Strickland, who is a menace outside of the octagon, right? He's a big mouth, and he's kind of got that WWE style persona and personality, always talking. And unfortunately, in the octagon, he's a very different person. He's a point fighter. He tries to look for clever openings, and he fights back instead of always pushing forward. He knows where he stands. He knows what his strengths are. You have to when you're 30-7. You know what I mean? And somebody that is only losing against the best of the best.
Did you see him doing construction at his
I,
house?
I did, yeah.
He's like fight week, and this guy's doing construction on his own house,
You
bro.
got to do what you got to do,
Like,
man.
I don't know if that's like coping with nerves or if it's just like
Sure.
he's completely unaffected. I mean, we got to keep in mind they were sparring partners for a little bit. They were training
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
So that's the other interesting part about this is like neither one of them seem worried about each other. But you and I know, especially from us being training partners and having training partners, we know like what our partners are capable of that we've trained with.
Yeah,
Could you imagine like competing against one of your partners slightly down the road? Like you guys are gonna kind of know, you know,
right.
where you're at and what's going on. Someone's fibbing. So,
Yeah,
someone is lying, you know what I mean?
for
And
sure.
there's just a lot to it and the grappling of this is such like a classic matchup because it's like the grappler versus the striker, and the styles are great because Hamzat's to close the distance quick and just aggressive, and like you and I know, defending chain wrestling is exhausting.
It's
It's
horrible.
not the first shot, it's not when they first grab your leg, it's when you defend the single and they switch to something else, and then you roll forward and you get up and they're in your face again, and you know if you miss time one punch, they're gonna close in the distance. It's just it's that style, but Sean is so good at the distance control. Like that's
Y-
his teep to keep distance.
Right.
His jab is really good. His straight. He throws like a jab, and before it comes back to his face, it's like the straight is right behind it
Yeah.
sometimes. It's a really funny combo
And
because
he's way out here too. Like and
yeah.
he does that like that almost that like Philly shell, like that MMA adapted Philly shell.
Mhm.
And he's always here and it's this punch, right? It's that kind of bare knuckle style. Instead of turning the the full shoulder,
Yeah.
he's just
It's like
tapping to kind of like get you open. Um and
it's
his
just
stance is
thawing.
so unique and even watching him spar, like that's how he fights in sparring, right? I've seen him spar with Costa and Glover and all these guys that he trains with, and
Pereira.
yeah, Pereira, and that's
He's
how
like
he spars.
he's like right in their face. Like I noticed like him and Pereira. I was watching him and Alex like spar, and they're like just like rock'em sock'ems. They're right in each other's
Yeah,
faces, hitting each other. It was so funny. But
yeah,
this one, like, I mean, and did you see the other thing I wanted to say that I thought was really funny is I saw, and I don't know, I think it was real, but it could have been AI. But like Sean Strickland was like talking all this crap about Chimaev and calling him a little Chechen little whore and all this stuff. And then Chimaev gets on the mic and he's like, "I love him." Like,
I didn't see that, but that doesn't surprise me.
you haven't
That
seen
doesn't
it?
surprise me.
Sean's
No.
trying all that shit talking, and I'm sitting here thinking like, man, Chimaev ain't gonna like that. That's gonna cause some problems, especially with like the history. Like, remember the backstage stuff, like a while back with everyone talking crap to each other and just having the wrong mix of people on the card. I'm thinking this is gonna trigger some shit. And then you see Chimaev on the mic, and he's like, "I'm happy. I never made this kind of money before. He brings me lots of money." And neither of these guys seem nervous or bothered by each other. It's just it's I don't know. I don't know why I'm all over this match because I'm just a big fan of both of them.
Right.
And it's one of those ones where it's like I want them both to win.
Yeah,
Um, I don't like the stigma of Hamzat being boring. I think
I agree.
it's I get it because I feel like if you got someone in a crucifix for 5 rounds, you should be. You've got straight arm bars there. You've got try some nasty ground and pound. Try moving the face around. Try brushing that bridge of the nose and pissing the guy off so he makes a mistake. I get why that was boring, but man, can we like can someone watching this please stand behind me on this and like
I
look at what he did to Kevin Holland. Look at him picking the guy up and walking across the ring and slamming him. I mean, his fights are not that bad. I don't think they're that boring. Even the Usman fight was entertaining to me, and
I
that's when he
yeah,
first stood up, and that was a lot of grappling, but it was still back and forth. The he just retired. Why can't I think of his name? Gilbert Burns, great fight. You know what I mean? So this guy's got
awesome.
some really
That was a phenomenal fight. That
and
was and it's crazy to think that fight was only 3 rounds. Imagine round 4 and 5 in that. I don't think it would have changed anything. I think it would have been the same and just that same battle and those same guys just killing each
just
other.
just going for it, right? Like
Oh my gosh.
so yeah, maybe now that he's at the top, he's had like a couple I don't know if you say squeak outs. And, I will say this, like when it comes to champions, like I do like to see a champion who's just I'm not a huge McGregor fan, but that's one thing I always liked about him is he was there to fight. He wasn't there to point his win out. He wasn't there just to like squeak a win. Um, and people have to understand too. Sometimes when you get the highest level, you got skills that are voiding each other out. Even though you're incredible at this guy is also good enough, and you just are both on a plateau. It's not as amazing as it looks in the gym against a white belt.
Yeah. I mean, it's a chess match, right? Boxing is
Yes,
chess, MMA is chess. Um, everybody studies the openings and the middle game and the end game, but what happens when you studied and one move is wrong, right? And it's like, oh no, now the whole plan is out the window, and I have to play off of theory, and that's exactly what fighting is too. It's theory. It's
hmm
the fight IQ, the reading how the fight changed from when you stepped into the octagon to now, reading, maybe you broke your hand in the fight. How do I continue with that? And that happens a lot,
a lot.
especially with the smaller gloves. So
Do you think Hamzat stands a chance standing up?
yeah, 100%. I think we've seen that time and time again that he gets kind of touted as this grappler and this one dimensional fighter, but that's just not the case. His win split is actually 6-6-3, 6 submissions, 6 knockouts, and only 3 decisions. I think the kind of the stigma of him being um, like that wet blanket style of those Dagestani guys or those Chechnya guys, that wrestle heavy, wrestle fucking. It's not really his thing. I mean, that I think the recency bias, and I've said that a few times, so I'm going to try to stop saying recency bias, but that that kind of
Hey, it's
most
a
recent
factor.
fight, yeah, that kind of most recent fight against Dreykus, where we did see him kind of just sit in that pin and hold him in that top crucifix for so long, that kind of modified side control. But
Nobody thought he was gonna do that.
yeah, nobody.
Like, I was leaning towards, like, Dreykus has got good hands, he's funky, his timing's weird, his wrestling's good. I think this is gonna be tough for Chimaev, and then he just freaking I mean, and maybe we're seeing it differently because 'cause we're grapplers, and we've got a grappling history, and we understand it. So, holding down that dude for that long is tough, but
Yeah,
and that dude surviving that long is even
yeah.
crazier. Um, but I could, and this is another thing I want to see because I keep hearing about Sean's wrestling and his wrestling defense,
Right.
and I want to see it. Like I'm interested to see if his wrestling and grappling is really that good. We've all wanted to see that. It's kind of like that's why this matchup is so awesome to me because it's like Hamzat's known to be this badass controlling grappler, but I think he's got hands, and Sean's known to be this really good boxing striker, but I think he's got a good grappling background that we haven't seen yet. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be kinda nice to see where and how it boils down. These matchups are so great. I'm so
Do you
pumped
know
for this card.
do you know how many times Sean has lost us to a submission?
Don't say 0. Is it 0?
0. He's never been submitted.
Sheesh, that's a whole new factor.
Sean exactly, right, and when you're saying that, like, he's a great wrestler, like, defensive wrestler, 100%. I mean, he the clips he posts of him, he's often wearing a singlet, even though he shits on wrestling.
I know.
But it's so funny. It's so funny. He knows. He knows that it's all part of like the game, the mental game, right? If I pretend that I don't like wrestling, I'm a good wrestler. Like he knows that he can get up. I don't know if he's that Derek Lewis mindset or that coach mindset of just get up, right? But
And that
uh,
knockout against Fluffy too, I mean,
yeah,
I thought he was more of like a point fighter, and every time I doubt Strickland, he comes through with some crazy stuff.
yeah, 100
I
percent.
This one's so hard for me to call, and I've been, like, popping this one up on my, YouTube for months since, like, all those AI promos came out, and I've been gauging the audience and stuff. I I really wanna say Hamzat's gonna get it. Like, I
I
don't
think,
my
I
MMA
think,
math says it, but
yeah, I think that that's the safe bet, the smart bet. I don't think it's naive to pick S- Chimaev. Strickland's good. I don't think many people would look at Strickland and say he's, the best fighter or the best fighter in the league. Um, he did win a championship only 3 years ago. He won a decision against Izzy. That was pretty decisive if I'm remembering the fight entirely.
yeah, he clearly
Um,
won.
but then he went on to win split, right? He lost and he won. He lost and he won. Now he's back up to the belt again, and this is a division that sometimes gets held up, and then someone takes the belt and holds on to it. I mean, this is the first fight for Shemaev since August, but Strickland fought in February. So this could be one of those warm things. I know that a lot of the Islamic guys they do take off that time for Ramadan, so they end up not fighting till the back half of the year, but they're dominant. And I think that Shemaev is again going to bring this win and get his 16th win, and Strickland's going to take a safe loss.
Yeah? So you're going Chimaev as well?
I am. What I was
Let's
trying to pull up
go.
and I didn't look it up was there's a way to see all of like Strickland's like actual stats, like his takedown defense percentage, and I'm trying to pull it up right now. His takedown defense average is 0.71, um, and his takedown defense is sorry, takedown accuracy, but I meant takedown defense. 76% defended, right? So 3 out of 4 shots taken on him, he's defending. It's like that's great, especially when you have 38 fights or 30. This will be his 38th fight on his record.
Phew.
You know,
Yeah. I just I just think even if Sean can move forward with that jab and stuff, I just think Chimaev is willing to take a punch or two to get there. And I think that's a huge difference maker because I can see Chimaev's hands being good enough to still touch Sean. And I could see if Sean's going forward, I don't think Chimaev's going to go too far backwards. Like he's too committed to
right?
takedowns. So it's either going to have to be like a TKO or he's going to have to catch him. But then, like what? Like you teep kick Chimaev. You don't think he's been training to grab those feet?
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's I could see Strickland doing it because he's done like he's pulled out those wins he's not supposed to win several times. But I think I'm going to commit to Chimaev, and I hope I'm
Yeah,
not cursing him
no, I think that's
or
the
Josh.
I think that's the better's call, and I think that ultimately you're probably right, and I'm picking Chimaev for the same reason. I think that he's one of the best middleweights to ever touch the cage.
Did that little thing pop up on the screen?
No, Oh, the little celebration in the corner? Yeah, I see it now.
Let's go.
But
Thanks for
I'm with
showing me
you.
those.
I'm with you, yeah.
Well, that wraps up this card, dude. That was fun.
Ye
I'm so glad we're back to it.
Me too.
And for the audience down below, give us your rundown. If you were to bet on the freaking straight line here, who are you taking down the line? I think we disagreed on this one, disagreed on this one. Did we both take Waldo or
Yep.
Valdo? We both took Josh
Yep.
and we both took Hamzat.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that you and I tie each other again.
Yep. We win trade. Yep.
Let's go.
Let's make it happen. Let's see some good fights on Saturday and then do this when's the next numbered card after this?
Yeah, we could take a sneak peek. Let's see what we got. 329. Is that like International Fight Week? Is that coming up? I think this one
Oh,
is
well, technically the next numbered card is UFC Freedom 250, but I think we're gonna skip
is that
that
the White
one.
House?
Yeah.
Oh, Freedom
I don't think
250.
329
Why does it
has
go to
any
250?
because it's the oh, okay, 328. I see it.
Look,
I don't know why.
I didn't even know that was announced.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad card. I just expected more.
Yeah.
Like I just like I don't know what happened and what's up, but it's not a bad card. I'm just underwhelmed
Yeah.
for how much hype there was for how long. And then I'm like, okay, like I've never desired this matchup, but I
Right.
like watching Sean. We all do, so we'll watch it. This is probably a good fight, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm with you. I am certainly with you.
We'll have to figure out how to hype this one up when we get to that
Yes.
one.
Yes, we will.
So that's the next big one.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Enjoy
This
your
was
next
fun.
7 days of work.
Brother, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. But I'm glad we're back to this. This is gonna make me pay attention to fighting again, which I'm all for. So,
We start doing watch parties, dude.
dude,
I
yeah.
think we
Well,
can
no,
start. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you're gonna be
I'm gonna be
working?
glued to the store, yeah. But one day.
Perhaps, because I think we can do it through this. We can start streaming it live and doing watch parties where we
Yeah.
watch and we have the chat in here telling us how wrong we were,
Yeah. That would be sick. That would
holding
be
us to
sick.
it, gaslighting us. All right, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Peace.
They try to drown me, I can swim upstream so profoundly. I can stay calm in a dire situation. I'm at it every day, no time for a vacation. And I smell blood in the water. Everything I do, yeah, I do it for my daughters. Now I'm gonna shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.